A very good morning to you and welcome to the Sunday shave. Thank you to she who must be obeyed. Bit of a mixture. Alright, so we're going to use a very good soap. One I wanted to try for a long time. I've had it a while now. I've used it many times. Cella. And this is the aloe scent. Aloe Vera scent. Beautiful scent. I love aloe vera. That's what it looks like inside. There you go. Sort of a thick fudge type consistency. So that can go there. I've put some in the base of this, the fine bowl. Looks a lot there. About a thumbnail size spread about. And there's a little tiny drop or two of hot water on the top. Razor of choice. It's quite an inexpensive razor. Well, when I bought it. And that is the Lord. There you go. D razor. 3-piece non-adjustable diamond grip knurling on the handle there. Quite a short thread on this. And that's going in the water. And I'm going to use the Caveem DE Blade. I quite like that blade, so I just want to see what it's like in another razor. So second use, new blade to me, or new branded blade. Just drop the base plate in the water there. So how are you doing in yourselves? All right, I hope so. Slight overhang to be aware of. And if we can, we may see the blade explode. There we go. That's the blade. So, brush. This is a very old friend of mine, this. Don't use it often. That looks unbranded, but it's worn away. It's my very first decent badger brush I bought. It's an Omega, pure badger brush. I'm sure it was on the side here somewhere, Omega at one time, but as I say, it's worn away now. But it's a good brush. I've had that soaking in hot water. Yeah, my first, decent badger brush. So this is wet, but it's not dripping. We may have to add water to this because badgers and boars do use a bit more, or soak up a bit more, I should say. So what's the shave of the day, please? And meal of the day. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Meal of the day. Gorgeous scent. Quite a mild scent as it is. I'd say it's a 4 out of 10 type strength. And straight away we're there. See how that brush fills, absolutely fills up with lather, with suds, with soap. This brush is not kept over there, it's kept in a cupboard under the sink, actually, with a few other things. Right, so we'll leave that there, and we'll wet the face. As you can see, we need a shave. That is hot. We got the, oh, you might have seen it on the way in, the blood and blade. Okay. I was asked once, where'd you get that shirt from? It's only off Amazon. Many years back. Yeah, it's cooled down a bit here. No rain, but a lot cooler. Still warm, obviously, but a lot cooler than it has been, I should say. So you can do jobs outside and work far easier. There we go. So here we go. First pass, Caveem DE Blade, second use in the Lord D razor. Yeah, that's a nice blade. Very nice blade. Feels very smooth. I just wanted to see what it's like in different branded razors, different. That's lots of whiskers there. Keep it nice and clean. Thank you, Mr. Seagull. You may hear the blackbirds and the seagulls and all sorts of things happening. So, what are we up to today? Well, we're not popping out today. We're going to have a home day. A few domestic chores, should we say, in the kitchen, and do a few things. And look through my spice cupboard and my different things. I got ingredients, make sure everything's in tip-top condition, make sure the cupboards are clean and things like that. Fridge and all that sort of thing. I've been running down the freezer, so it's not quite empty, but it's ready to be restocked whenever. Make sure that's clean, and then maybe a couple of jobs in the garden. And trying to have a rest as well. That's very important, isn't it? So as I say, a very mild scent. Very pleasant scent. I like, as I say, the scent of aloe vera. Very clean and very pleasant. Now the Badger is so well used, it's very soft. You can still tell when you've used a synthetic for so long. This is very, very soft. No funky smells or anything like that. That's long gone. Very, very soft. Good brush, as you can see. It's giving me back the lather. It's not hogging it, as it, even though that's more the case with ball brushes, I find. But not so many, really. But it feels as good as the day I bought it. Much softer. But there is that feeling. You can tell it's a Badger just by that little sort of not coarseness, just a sort of slight prickliness, if that makes sense, if you've ever felt that. But it's a very soft brush, lovely. Across the growth. So the blade feels, like I said before, very, very smooth. Aggression of this razor. I'd say it's a low end, medium standard aggression, just above mild. But a lot of that could be due to the fact of the blade feels very smooth. Very impressed with the blade, yeah. Very efficient. No signs of it, you know, running out of edge, should we say, sharpness. Which really it shouldn't do because it's only the second use. That's lovely. Yeah, scent strength about 4, I'd say. Very slick, good. Well, I knew it would be because the red, the Cella in red, and the red one is the sort of almond scented soap, lovely. And if you're from the UK, it reminds me of Cherry Bakewell cakes. Very nice brush, nice to use it again. As I say, I'd say the last year for me, because the time goes so quickly, I don't know how you find it, but the older you get, the quicker it goes, sadly. The last year I found rummaging in my soaps, when you got soaps and they're in a drawer, mine, and they're all stacked, some of them can remain at the bottom, which you don't tend to look for because you can't see them, or you might not be bothered to look. But I do. I pull everything out, see what I've got, see what condition everything's in, make sure everything's okay, and then I find these little gems, you know, these, oh, I haven't used you for a while, and it's good. So it gains the growth now. Yeah. Very nice. So, meal of the day. I'm doing a roast lunch. Sunday roast. What's it going to be? Well, it's going to be roast. I bought, out the freezer, I bought a breast of lamb, and it had been boned and it's been rolled and stuffed with sage and onion stuffing. So I'm roasting that, and it is rather, the breast of lamb is quite fatty, so I tend to cook it thoroughly well, so it's, oh, well, not crispy, the outer, the fat bits are crispy, but a lot of fat renders out, and if it's clean I'll keep that fat to use when I make next a lamb curry. Because it'll set white like dripping, like lard, like dripping, you know, but the flavour, lovely. And I'm doing with it let me just do the chin. I'm doing, I've got some Welsh red potatoes, red skins, and I'll boil them and then put them in. I've got goose fat there. Is it goose? Yeah, goose fat. So I'll roast them in that. It'll be nice and crispy, and then you just season them with salt. Fluffy on the inside, crispy on the outside. I've got some spring greens, which is like a cabbage. Marrow fat peas. And I'll serve the lamb with a good helping of mint sauce on the lamb, and then surrounded with potatoes, spring greens, marrowfat peas and beef gravy, lashentas of beef gravy. Why beef gravy? Why not lamb gravy? Well, I could make a sort of lamb gravy out of the so-called rendered fat. I may do that, we'll see, but otherwise it'll be a cheat of beef gravy. Using granules, you know. So very good for doing under the nose. And it happens to be Monday's a bank holiday here, and I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm off work, so I may even have, I got some Hobgoblin beer there, and Marston's pedigree and all sorts of stuff. So we'll see. 3, 2, 1, pick up time, baby. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a couple of them if I get time. Make time. But if you're working, thank you for your service. Won't be in work tomorrow. Why not? Well, it's bank holiday, isn't it? I'm not sure if you can hear any external noises, hustle and bustle, birds, cars, whatever, but I do have the window open on the latch. This is long. Just over there, that's it. Hear it? That's perfect. Just somewhere there. That'll do. Cold water rinse. That's good. Sunflower. On your own, are you? Yeah. No. Well, that's what it looked like. I've said it before. It'll never make you good looking or better looking. Well, it may do. Depends how you looked with a beard, but it makes you feel like £1 million, £1 million bucks. Boots the Chemist, Tea Tree and Witch Hazel. I always feel when I have this tea tree, it has a sort of a sanitizing feeling about it, and very clean. Then Cella Aloe Vera Aftershave, matching to the soap. see, this is lovely. This is... Would it pass the father test? Would you... yeah, I think he'd like it. But I don't think he'd rush out and buy it. If I was giving him for nothing, oh yes. Who wouldn't, eh? Right, let me just see. This is the Gillette Irritation 5 Defense Post-Shave Moisturiser. Oh, there's some in it. There it is. So we'll just... I don't remember it being that colour. That feels lovely. And that is a fantastic, very relaxing, clean shave. What Sundays are made for. So thank you so much. I must stop waffling at the end. I go on. So thanks very much for joining me, for watching, for your time and for your comments. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend and rest of the week till I see you on Wednesday. Good shaves, stay in good health and stay happy if you can, wherever you are in the world. So all the best. See you Wednesday. Over and out. Bye bye.